Hi, I am Shlok and you are watching Learn with Shlok. So today we are going to learn about linear equations and we are going to solve the practice set 1.5. So I am starting a series of these maths of 10th standard. So I have done 4 videos in the past of practice set 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and 1.4. So if you guys haven't watched the video, be sure to watch it after this video. So now let's get to practice set 1.5. So practice set 1.5 are mainly word problems. So the questions, let's solve the questions. So the first question given to us is two numbers differ by 3. Yeah, I will get to the second point. But first let's say two numbers differ by 3. They say two numbers, that is any number. We don't know the numbers but they differ by 3. That is the minus of them or the subtraction of them, we get the answer 3. And then they tell that the sum of twice the smaller numbers. So one number is smaller and the other number is they saying is bigger. The sum of twice the smaller and thrice the greater number is 19. Find the numbers. So let's consider. So we don't know the actual numbers. What are the numbers? We don't know. So what we do? We take variables. So let's consider the greater number. We have to find the greater number and the smaller number. So let's consider the greater number as x and smaller number as y. Okay, now we have found x and y. So what was the first condition? Two numbers, the two numbers differ by 2. So that means that differ means subtraction. So that what they are saying is x minus y is equal to 3. So first of all let's consider this as the first equation. The first equation is x minus y is equal to 3. The second condition tells us that therefore the sum of twice the smaller number. The smaller number is y. So they sing 2y and the greater number thrice the greater number. So that means 3x. And they also written sum. So that means addition. So 3x plus 2y they are saying is equal to 19. So now what we have to do? We have to find this x and y. So now we have gotten the first and the second equation. So it is just the typical 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever we did. So here what we have to do? We either have to add or subtract this. But we cannot add or even subtract because we not have the same number. So what we do first? We multiply. Therefore let's multiply. Equation 1 by 2. Why? Because if I multiply here by 2, I get 2 and 2y we can cancel them. Let's multiply 1 by 2, and if you do that, here if you multiply by 2 and here also you multiply by 2, you get 2 times x is 2x and here 2 times y is 2y. So minus 2y is equal to 3 times 2 is 6. So let's consider this as the third equation now. Now what we do? We can add the equation. So let's add equation 3 and equation 2. So what was equation 3? 2x minus 2y is equal to 6. And what was equation 2? It was 3x plus 2y is equal to 90. Now we have to add these both. So let's add this both. And now 6 plus 90 is 25 and minus 2y plus 2y, we actually cancel these both out. And now 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. So what our equation becomes is 5x is equal to 25. What we can do? We take 5 to the other side, the down part. Here it was in multiplication. When it goes to the other side, it becomes division. So it becomes 25 by 5. So here we can divide it by 5. 5 ones and 5 5s are. So therefore the value of x we get is 5. So now that we have found the value of x, now let's find the value of y. So now that we have found the value of x, we can find the value of y. So therefore I am taking the second equation now. You can take any equation you want. So the second equation was 3x. So instead of writing 3x, we write 3 times the value of x is 5. So 3 times 5. So sorry, before you write this, you must tell what you are doing. Because I am saying, but in the paper you cannot say in the paper, you have to write it. So you have to write it like replace x is equal to 5 in equation 2. So now we can write it as 3 times 5 plus 2y is equal to 19. Now we can solve this. So 3 5s are, what is 3 5s are? It's 15. So 15 plus 2y is equal to 19 we get. Now what we do, we take 15 to the other side, it becomes 2y is equal to 19 minus 15, and that means that 2y is equal to 4. Now what we do, we take 2 to the other side and it becomes, therefore y is equal to 4 by 2, and 2 ones and 2 twos are, so y is equal to 2. Now many people what they do, they solve it till here and they forgot about the this question. The question tells us to find the greater numbers and smaller numbers values. They didn't tell us to find x and y. We considered them as x and y, but the question doesn't know that we considered them as x and y. So you have to write your final answer. That's very necessary. You have to write your final answer as the greater number is, so what is the greater number? X. And x, what is x? It is 5. So greater number is 5 and smaller number is, so smaller number is y, and y is what? 2. So smaller number is 2. So we have found the value of greater number and the smaller number. So this way we have solved the first equation. Now let's look at the second one. So now that we have solved the first question, let's look at the second one. So second question given to us is complete the following. We have to find the perimeter and area of this figure. So first of all, this figure is a rectangle, we know that. And now you must, to solve this question, you must know some properties of a rectangle. So the first property is that the opposite sides are always equal. That means that this and this should be equal. So that means condition, okay, let's write it as condition. So condition 1 tells us that, condition 1 is that 2x plus y plus 8 is equal to 4x minus y. We know that first. Why? Because opposite sides are equal. Now what we do, we have to take the plus 8 to the other side and 4x and minus y to this side. Now you might ask why. To solve the equation, we must take the constant numbers to the other side and bring all the variables to one side. So let's take it this to the other side. So it becomes 2x. Here it was positive, so it becomes minus. So minus 4x plus y, and here it was minus y, so it becomes to the other side, it becomes plus y, is equal to plus 8 goes to the other side, it becomes minus 8. So it becomes, so our equation that we got is 2x minus 4x plus y. So now 2x minus 4x will be minus 2x, right, and y plus y will be 2y. So plus 2y is equal to minus 8. Now here you can see that all the numbers are divisible by 2. So if we divide this by 2, all this by 2, okay, so here we get minus 1. So when you divide minus 2 by 2, you get minus 1, and 2 divided by 2 is just 1, that means nothing, and that minus 8 divided by 2 is minus 4. So let's take this as the first equation. So minus 1x plus 1y, okay, here if there's nothing, it's just 1. So minus 1x plus 1y is equal to minus 4. That's the first condition that we got. And now let's look at the second condition. So condition 2 tells us that the first condition was this and this are equal, and the second condition is that 2y is equal to x plus 4. Why is 2y is equal to plus 4? Because they are on the opposite side. Opposite sides are equal. Now what we do, we take x to this side because we want the variables to one side. So it becomes 2y minus x is equal to plus 4, or just we can just write it as 4. Now I have written it in yx form. I want it in xy form because here we have written first x and then y. I also wanted this in this form, so you can take x to this side and y to this side, it just remains the same. Minus x plus 2y is equal to 4, and let's write this as the second equation. Now what we can do, let's see. So now here we got minus 1x and here we got minus x. Here we can also remove this x and we can just write it as minus x. So minus n and minus x we got in common, they have the same sign. So what we can do, we can add this both, because minus x, sorry, we can subtract this. So minus x minus of minus x will be 0x, so we cancel the both out. So let's subtract this minus x plus 2y equal to 4 by minus x plus 1y is equal to minus, we have to subtract over here. Let's write this as the first equation. So now many people here doing calculation, do some problems. So if you are not able to do directly, you can write it over here. So minus x minus of minus x, it's written like this. So now here this minus and minus will be plus, so it becomes minus x plus x, which is equal to 0. So what do we do actually over here? We cancel this both out. Now that we have cancelled the x's, and now 2y minus plus 1y means just y. Okay, 1y, and is 1y is equal to, now here 4 they have written, and 4 minus of minus 4. Okay, I have not taken y, but I think that y is simple. 2 minus 1y is just 1y. Okay, so now we are coming to the 4. So 4 minus of minus 4 will be 4 plus 4, which is 8. So we got y, 1y is equal to 8, and that is the value of y. And now we haven't solved the equation, we must find the value of x and then the perimeter and the area. So let's find the value of x. So now that we have found the value of y, we must find the value of x. So therefore I am taking equation 1 this time. You can take any equation you want. So the equation 1 was minus x plus y, but instead of writing y, we write minus x plus 8 is equal to minus 4. Now what we do? We take 8 to the other side. So therefore it becomes minus x is equal to minus 4 minus 8. Here it was positive, goes to the other side, becomes negative. So therefore minus x is equal to minus 12. Now when you do one thing to the other side, one thing to this side, you have to do the same thing to the other side. So let's say I remove this minus sign from this side, so I have to remove minus side from this side also. So that means that we got the value of x is equal to 12. Now we don't have to just write x and y's value. We also have to solve even furthermore. What they told, they didn't told to find the value of x and y. They told to find the perimeter and area. So what is the perimeter of a rectangle? So okay, so let's write perimeter. So perimeter. So what is the formula for a perimeter? 2 times L plus B. What do I mean by L? Length, and by B we meant breadth. So now here many people what they say that this is the length, many people say this is the length. You can consider anything as the length and anything as the breadth, just that they should not be the opposite sides. Okay, so first let's write 2 as so I am writing it over here, is equal to 2 times length. So what is the time? You can take length as this one, whatever you want. I am taking, let's say, this one. So it is 4x, but instead of writing 4x, we write 4 times x value we got as 12. So 4 times 12 minus 8. So 4 times 12 minus 8 over here, and that we have to add to B. So now you cannot consider this line as B because we consider this as length. Opposite and opposite are length and length. This is also length. Now let's consider breadth. Breadth you can also consider any one of them. Let's consider it as 2y. So 2y is breadth. Okay, now we don't have to write 2y, we have found y, so we have to write 2 times 8, and that means that 2 times, now we have to do the we have to solve over here. So first we do 12 times 4. 12 times 4 is 48, so it becomes 48 minus 8. So okay, I'm already solving it over here only. 12 4 is 48, and 48 minus, we get 48 minus 8, which is 40. So this side is, we got this side as 40 and this side plus sign, and then 8 2 is 16. So 40 plus 16, and that means that it becomes 2 times 56, which is equal to 112. So therefore perimeter of this rectangle, perimeter is equal to 112, and that is the value of the perimeter. Now we must find area. They have also asked for area, so let's find the area of this rectangle. So now that we have found the perimeter, we have to find the area. So therefore area of a rectangle is equal to length times breadth. So let's take anything as length. Let's take last time we took 4x minus y. Let's take that only. So therefore I am writing it over here, 4x minus y times breadth. What is breadth? 2y. I have considered 2y, so I am taking 2y again. Now we can write the values. 4 times x. What is x? X is 12. So 4 times 12 minus 8. Y's value is 8. So 8 over here. Times 2 times y, which is 2 times 8. Now if you solve this, 12 fours is 48 and 48 minus 8 is 40. So it becomes 40 times 8 to the, which is 16. So what we have to do? We have to multiply 40 by 16. Now if you are wrong with sometimes calculation, you can write it in a rough part. So 6 zeros is 0 and 6 fours is 24. 0 over here, 1 zero is 0, 1 four is 4. You get 0, 4 and 6. So our answer is 640 units. So that is the value of the area of this. Now you might ask a question, why I have written units over here? That is because they didn't give centimeter, meter or anything in the question. So if they haven't given centimeter, meter or anything like that, you must write units over here. So that is the answer to the perimeter and area. So our final answer is, over here, I am roughing this. So final answer is the perimeter of rectangle. The perimeter of rectangle is what it is, 112, and area of rectangle is 640. Here also here first I had not written units over here, so you must write units over here also. So 112 units, and here you must not write just units, you must write unit squared, because when you do area you have to write the squared part. So it's 640 units squared. So that is the value, that is the perimeter and area of this rectangle, and this way we have solved the second question also. So now let's look at the third question. So now we are on the third question. So the third question given to us is, sum of father says and twice the age of his son is 70. If we double the age of the father and add it to the age of his son, the sum is 95. Find the present ages. So what they say is the sum of father's age. So I don't know what is father's age and what is the age of the son. So what I do, I consider them as variables. So let's consider father's age. Okay, father's age as x and son's age as y. Now what? Let's look at the first condition. So the first condition given to us, that is the sum of father's age, that is x. They are saying that x plus twice the age of his son. The age of his son is y, and twice means 2y. So x plus 2y they are saying is 70. So let's consider this as the first equation, and then they are saying that if we double the age of the father, then they say that if we double the age, if we write 2x and add it to the age of his son plus just age of his son, which is just y, is equal to 95, which is the second equation. Okay, now here none of the numbers are the same. What we do, we can multiply. So again we multiply this number by 2. If we multiply the second equation by 2, we get let's multiply this by 2 over here, and now 2 times 2 will be 4x plus 2y is equal to 95 times 2, which is equal to 190. Okay, if you do the multiplication you will get 190. Let's write this as the third equation. So now if we subtract these equations, this equation, we can remove the y out. So we have to subtract equation 3 by 2. So 4x plus 2y is equal to 190, which is the third equation, minus of x plus 2y is equal to 70, which is the first equation. Now we are actually subtracting this both. So let's write subtract over here. Okay. So now if you subtract 190 by 70, what we get? We get first over here 0 and 9 minus 7 is 2. So we get 120 and plus 2y minus plus 2y. Both the numbers are the same. So we cancel these two out and then we just got 4x minus x, which is 3x. So that means that x is equal to 120 by 3. 3 ones and 3 fours are, and that means that the value of x is equal to 40. Now here what is the value of x? What we consider as x is the father's age. So we have found the father's age. Now we have to find the age of the son's age, which is we have to find y. So what we do? We have to replace. So let's do that. So now that we have found x, let's find y. So therefore what we do? We replace. So let's replace x is equal to 40 in this equation. Which one is this equation? We have here the first equation. So it was the first equation is equal to 70. So we are replacing x is equal to 40 in equation 1. Now many people might ask why you are writing replace x is equal to 40. You must write this, or if you want full marks, you must write this. Okay. So equation 1 was x plus 2y. So instead of writing x plus 2y, we write 40 plus 2y is equal to 70. First equation. So now what we do? Take 40 to the other side. Now here also many people are confused that why we always take one thing to the other side, then to the other side. Okay, why we do that? We want variable to itself. We want variable on the other side and all the numbers to the other side. Okay, that's why we take it to the other side. So let's take 40 to the other side. It becomes 2y is equal to 70 minus 40. That means that 2y is equal to 30. 70 minus 40 is 30, and that means that y is equal to 30 by 2. Why 2? Here multiplication goes to the other side, becomes division. So now if you divide this by 2, 2 ones and 2 15s are, and that means that value of y is equal to 15. Now many people again forgot that what was the question. They just said the value of x is 40 and the value of y is 15, but you must not write it like that. You must write it as the present ages of father and son. The present ages of father and son is, so the father's age we consider x is equal to 40. That means father's age is also 40. So is 40 and the son's age is we consider son's age as y, and y is equal to 15. That means son's age is also equal to 15. So final answer is the present ages of father and son is 40. Here I forgot to add years, so I'm adding years. So 40 years and 15 years. So now we have solved the third equation also. Now let's look at the fourth equation. So now that we have solved the third equation, we are on the fourth one. So the fourth equation given to us is the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice its numerator. So here they have given fraction. That means we have a question that has fraction, and the final line also means find the fraction. So we don't know what is the numerator and the denominator. So let's consider numerator is equal to x and denominator, okay, denominator is equal to y. So a fraction, what we have to find? This fraction x by y. We have to find this fraction. So to find this fraction, they have given some clues or conditions. So therefore first we have condition number 1. So what is condition number 1? Let's see to that. So condition number 1 given to us, the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice its numerator. So what is the denominator? Y. So what they are saying is y is 4 more, that is y plus 4 is equal to 2x. Even if we multiply the numerator by 2, we still have to add 4 to y, then only we get the values same. So this is what the equation is, right? Okay, the denominator of fraction is 4 more than twice its numerator. So that is condition 1. So we got this equation. So let's write it down as first equation. So now condition number 2. Condition number 2. So what is the condition number 2? Denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and the denominator are reduced by 6. So what it means that if y is reduced by 6 and that x is reduced by 6, if you want to equal them, these are not equal. So if you want to equal this time, you have to actually multiply this by 12. Okay, that is what the second equation tells us. And before writing it, there is the second equation. Let's solve it down. So you can write it as y minus 6 is equal to 12 times 6 is 12x, 12 times 6 is 72. Okay, so it becomes 12x minus 72 over here. So let's take the constant to this side and the variables to this side. So it becomes y minus 12x is equal to plus 6 minus 72, and therefore you can write this y minus 12x as minus 12x. Okay, so I did a mistake over here, and I will tell you what the mistake I did. Let's take this y to that side and not take 12x to this side. If you take, it might become wrong. So let's take 72 to this side. So minus 6 plus 72 is equal to 12x minus y. So you can flip it and you can just write it as 12x minus y is equal to minus 6 plus 72. What is minus 6 plus 72? It is 66. So they are saying that 12x minus y is equal to 66. That's the second equation that we got. So we have found the first and the second equation. Now what we can do, sorry, here I have not written it, so I am writing it over here. So what we have to do, we have to take this 2x to this side and plus 4 to that side. So it becomes, if we take 2x to this side, it becomes y minus 2x is equal to 4. And now you can interchange the value. So it becomes minus 2x plus y is equal to 4. So that is the first equation and this is the second equation. Now what we can do, we can add these both. Minus y and plus y, when added we get 0y, that is we cancel. So now that we found the first and the second equation, what we need to is, we have to add this equation. So let's add equation 1 and 2. So equation 1 is minus 2x plus y is equal to 4, and the second equation is 12x minus y is equal to 66. We have to add this equation. So let's add these equations. Now here they have given positive 4, and positive 4 plus 66 is 70, and here plus y plus of minus y will be plus y minus y. That means we cancel these both out, and minus 2x, here minus sign is over there. So minus 2x plus 12x is 10x. Okay, positive 10x. So therefore we take 10 to this side, to the down part. Why? Here it was in multiplication, it goes to the other side, becomes division. So therefore x is equal to 70 by 10, 0 0 cancel, and we get, therefore x is equal to 7. Now what we do, we replace the value. So therefore replace x is equal to 7. So now you can take any equation. I am taking, let's say, equation 1, equation 2 this time. Okay, so in equation 2, so what is equation 2? 12x minus y. So instead of writing 12x, I write 12 times 7 minus y is equal to 66. Now I am doing this 12 times 7. 12 times 7 is 84. So 84 minus y is equal to 66, and now take this 84 to that side, it becomes minus 84 over here. So what we get is minus y is equal to, now 66 minus 84, what we get over here, let's do that. 84 minus 66, 14 and 7 over here. 14 minus 6 is 8 and 7 minus 6 is 1. So what we get is 18, and we have to put the minus sign because this number is smaller than this number, so answer becomes minus 18, and that means that y is equal to 18, because I am removing minus sign from this side, I have to remove minus sign from this side also. So therefore we get y is equal to 18. But now again I am telling you have to read the question properly. They are saying not to find x and y, they are saying to find the fraction. What is the fraction? We know x by y. So what is the value of x? So the fraction, I am writing it over here, fraction. So the fraction, I am writing it as the final answer. Okay, final answer, fraction, fraction is, so x by y, instead of writing x we write what is the value of x? 7. What is the value of y? 18. So a fraction that was read it. So okay, so the fraction is 7 by 18, and that is the final answer to this question. So we have solved the fourth equation. Now we are going to solve the fifth equation. So let's look at the fifth equation. So now that we have solved the fourth question, we are on the fifth one. So the fifth question is a little big, so I have typed it up over here. I have written some points. So what the question says, that the truck can take the weight of 10 tons. It can carry the weight of 10 tons at maximum. So that means that total weight of this truck is equal to 10 tons. Now here in this question they have given tons, but instead of tons I am gonna use kg, because kg while using kg it gets a little simpler, and we know that 1 tons is equal to 1000 kg. So that was the first thing. Then we have some conditions about the number that we have to find. So condition 1, that they tell us 150 boxes of A and 100 boxes of B is equal to 10 tons. So that they say that before this I am considering A is equal to x and B is equal to y. Okay, I am taking x and y because I think they are simpler. You can do with A and B. Okay, so they say that 150x plus 100y is equal to 10 tons. 1 tons is 1000 kg. 10 tons means 10,000 kg. Okay, now here you can remove this 0 from all sides, and still the equation will be the same, will be still in the balance. How do I remove this 0? If you are not getting how I remove this 0, I just divide everything by 10, and therefore our equation that we got is 115x plus 10y is equal to 1000 is the first equation. Now let's write condition 2. So the condition 2 that they have given us is that when 260 boxes of A and 14 boxes of B are put in the truck, it still weighs 10 tons. So they say that 260x plus 40y is equal to 10,000. Now what you can do, you can normally I remove this 0, but if you can see, if I divide this equation by 4, I can get this 40y to be 10y, and then I can subtract this equation. So you have to divide this by 4. Now if you divide this by 4, 4 6 is 24, 2 remains, and 4 5 is 20. So it becomes 65x plus 10y is equal to 4 2 is 8, and 2 remains, 4 5 is 20, and 0 0. So our equation, this is the second equation. So our equation is 65x plus 10y is equal to 2500. So now what we can do, we can either add or subtract. What we should do, we can subtract this 10. If you subtract, this 10y can get removed. So therefore we have to subtract this equation. So 15x plus 10y is equal to 1000, which is the first equation, minus of I am writing the bigger equation, this equation which has larger values than this one, so I am writing it first. So it becomes 65x. You can also write this first, but it becomes a little harder, so I am writing this first, plus 10y is equal to 2500, which is the second equation, minus of 15x plus 10y, which is equal to 1000. That is the first equation. Now if you subtract 2500 by 1000, you get 1500, and here 10y minus 10y means that we cancel this both out, we get 0y, and 65x minus 15x, if you do, you get 50x. So our equation becomes 50x is equal to 1500. That means that x is equal to 1500 by 50. 0 0 cancel, 5 1s are 5 3s are, and our answer that we get is x is equal to 30. And this way we have found the value of x. We just don't want the find the value of x, we also have to find the value of y. So let's find the value of y also. So now that we have found x, let's find y. So what we can do, we can replace the value. So let's replace x is equal to 30 in equation 1. I am taking equation 1, you can take equation 2. So what is the equation on 15x? But instead of writing 15x, we write 15 times 50 plus 10y is equal to 1000. Okay, so now we solve this. So it becomes 15 times 30 is just 150 times 3. Okay, and 150 times 3 is 450. So it is 415 plus 10y is equal to 1000. So now what we can do, you can take 450 to that side. So it becomes 10y is equal to 1000 minus 450, which means that 10y is equal to, now if you 1000 minus 450 will be 550, and that means that you can take 10 to this side, it goes to the down part because here it was in multiplication, goes to the other side, it becomes division. So therefore y is equal to 550 by 10. Remove this 0 and therefore you can get y's value as 55. And therefore we have found the value of x and y, but you do not have to write your final answer is that x weight is 30 and y's weight is 55. We are asked what is the find a and b. They did not know that we take x as a, so you have to write your final answer as the weight of a and b are, so the weight of a is 30 and the weight of b is 55, and therefore that 55, so that is the final answer, and therefore we have solved the fifth question. Now let's look at the sixth one. So now that we have solved the fifth question, let's look at the sixth one. So like the fifth question, sixth one is also a big question, so I have given type it over here and I have taken some points over here. So what the question tells us that Vishal travelled some distance by bus and some by airplane, and his total distance is 1900 kilometers. So what they want is, they want the how much he travelled by the bus. So first what you should do, you should take the total distance. So total distance. So what is the total distance? The total distance travelled by him is 1900 kilometers. And now what we can do, let's consider the bus as s. Bus is equal to x and the airplane as y. Okay, so airplane is equal to y. So therefore what the condition one tells us, that when he travelled by both, if we add this both, what do we get? 1900. So what they tell us, that x plus y is equal to 1900 kilometers, which is the first equation. So now they have given the speed of the bus. So what is the speed of the bus? X travels at 60 km per hour. Now here when you do this, you need to know some science formulas about speed and distance. So therefore if you know the distance formula, it is distance is equal to, distance is equal to time, speed is equal to distance over time, right? Now what we can do, what we want to find, we have to find the distance. So take distance to this side and speed to that side, we get, therefore distance is equal to speed over time, right? So now that we know this formula, what is the speed we know? 60 kilometer. So therefore distance of this is equal to 60, and what is the time? Time they have given 1 hour, so r. So therefore we can also write this as distance by time. That means what is the distance? Distance is x, so we can write it as x by 60, and that is for x. If we get the answer to this, we can know what is the distance traveled by the bus. So this is by the bus. So now we have to find also by the airplane. So let's so airplane, what will be? It will be also the same speed is equal to distance by time. What is the distance? So it will be y by 700, because here also distance by time. Distance is 700, time is r. So you take y to that side and you get y by 700 is the airplane time. Now what you can do is you can add some equations to this also. So let's see what equations we can draw from this. Now we got this equation. I don't want this in fractions form. So what do? You take the LCM and multiply this by it. So if you multiply this by 2100 and 2100, and here also you have to multiply 2100, you can remove these fractions out, and now if you do it, you will get your answer as 35x plus 3y. Now you might ask why 703 is 2160 times 35 is 2100. So you get 35x plus 3y is equal to 5 times 2100, which is let's do that. 2100 times 5 zeros are 5 zeros and 5 ones are, and 5 twos are 10. So your answer becomes 10500. Okay, so our next equation that we got is 35x plus 3y is equal to 10,500, and let's consider this is the second equation. Now here you can see there is 3y over here and there is 1y over here. So if we multiply the first equation by 3, we can get 3y here also, and 3y and 3y when subtracted we can cancel the 3y. So let's multiply this by 3 and here also by 3. If we do this, you get 3x plus 3y is equal to 1900 times 3, 3 zeros are 3 zeros are 9 3s are 27, to carry it over here, 3 ones are 3, and so you get 5700, which is the first equation. Now let's subtract this both. Now here 10,500 minus 5,700, 0 0 over here. Here you can write 15, 9 and 0. So 15 minus 7 is 8 and 9 minus 5 is 4. So our answer becomes 4,800, and here this 3y and 3y you can cancel out. So what remains? 35x minus 3x. So it becomes 32x. So now here you can find the value of x is equal to 4,800 by 32. You can divide, let's divide this by 2. So 16 by 2,400, 8 by 12,000. If you do that, 1,200, 4 by 600, and 2 by 300 by 2, and if you do one more you get 150. So here what our answer is, many people what they do, they find the x and then they go and find, they are going to find y. But what the question asks is find distance travelled in bus, and what is the distance travelled in bus? X, and we find x as now only we found x, and it is 150 kilometers. So the distance travelled by bus is 150 kilometers, and that is x. So we just have to find our answer till this. We don't have to find y in this question. They just ask for x. So therefore we have solved the equation. So now that we have solved all the equations in practice set 1.1, we have completed the video. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I am doing a series of this maths textbook of 10th standard, all lessons. So if you guys are interested, you can watch the previous videos of 1.3 and 1.4. And now I'll take your leave. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.